Ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening. I'm Canon Tricia Hillis, and it is my very great pleasure, on behalf of the whole cathedral community, to extend to you a very warm welcome to St. Paul's. To you, the students and the staff of Barts and the London School of Medicine and Dentistry, and to your distinguished guests. For those of you who come as graduating students, we're delighted to be the venue for your Rites of Passage ceremony, which recognises your transition from medical and dental students to doctors and dentists, and which not only acknowledges the end of your studies, but also your contributions to your community and your achievements during your time at the school. We very much hope that each of you here this evening enjoys your time under this magnificent dome, and we hope that you know that you are always welcome here in this holy place. And now, please may I invite you to rise for the entry of the academic procession.
And welcome to the Barts and London Student Association Rites of Passage ceremony. Please take your seats. And without any further ado, I'd like to introduce our first speaker of the evening, the staff president of Barts and London Student Association, and the Dean for Research at Barts and London School of Medicine and Dentistry, Professor Tom MacDonald.
Thank you very much, Will, and thanks to everyone for coming tonight. This is a bit better than a tent, a large tent at Charterhouse Square. And I think it's all credit to the Student Association that they have the vision and the creativity to book such a magnificent venue. And it is just amazing that we have 1,400 friends and family of the graduates this year. Previously, we have this ceremony before the graduation ceremony. So this time, your graduates, and thanks for coming. We've got a very big turnout, 316 students, 300 medics and 16 dentists, and there are 1,400 friends and relatives here today. So thank you all very much for coming. Rites of Passage is a very special ceremony. It's organised by the students and for the students, and staff take essentially no role in organising it. We leave it to the students, and they do a fantastic job. It was initiated by Professor Nicholas Wright and the students, the former warden of the medical school, to continue the tradition of St Bartholomew's Medical College and the Royal London Hospital Medical College, which are two extremely historic organisations, which merged in 1992 and then became part of Queen Mary University of London in 1995. The Royal London Hospital is the oldest medical school in England and Wales. And of course, Barts is the oldest hospital, not necessarily in Britain, but in Europe, but certainly the oldest one to be on the same site, have been founded by Rahir in 1123. Rahir was in Rome and became ill, and he had a vision of St Bartholomew, who told him to go back to London and build a hospital on the site, and he built the Priory Hospital of St Bartholomew's, which is just up the road. St Bartholomew is actually still with us. His arm is in where is it? His arm is in. No, I don't. Sorry, his. I can't see. Sorry, I need my glasses. Okay, that's right. Yeah. So his arm is in Canterbury Cathedral, and his skull is in Frankfurt. And there's a very strong connection between Barts and this cathedral, because in the records of St Paul's from 1115, Rahir was listed as a canon of St Paul's. Now we have this tremendous history, which we want to remember today, but the important thing is about the students. And for the students, the heart of the medical and dental school is the Barts and the London Students' Association. We're extremely lucky that we still maintain our own student association, which is a very vibrant group of people. It has approximately 60 different sports teams and societies, ranging from many different sports clubs, teddy bear hospitals, research societies, etc. And then, of course, we have RAG, Raising and Giving, where Barts and London raise, for good causes, more money than all the rest of the London medical schools combined. I would particularly like to thank the students who've organised this event today. So there's Sam Rowles at the end over there, who's the staff president, who's had a year sabbatical to help the medical school. Will, who's here, and he'll be popping up during the ceremony, and also Oliver. Where's Oliver? Oh, okay, there, Oliver. Thanks very much. Okay. I feel extremely privileged to have been at Barts and then Queen Mary since 1985. I've been privileged to work in a medical school and to see so many fantastic young people come through and graduate and become outstanding doctors. And as getting towards the end of my career, it seems somewhat strange that the graduates over there and the graduates for the last few years will be the ones who will be looking after me in my dotage. And I'm sure they'll do it very well because they came from this medical school and dental school, which is the best. I am very lucky because I can work alongside this new generation of people, and every year when the new students come in, it really reinvigorates the organisation. It's a funny thing, actually, as I'm primarily a researcher, that I'm paid by the public purse to do what I love to do, which is research. I get to travel a lot to go to meetings, so I'm never here, as my boss notices frequently, and to teach medical students as well. Our students, however, don't have any sense of entitlement because we knock that out of them, because they will spend their life in public service and they will be well rewarded financially, but it is the most difficult of professions. And I find it fascinating that amongst the people who graduate from this medical school will be the researchers who will discover the new treatments for the diseases which seem to be increasing in prevalence as we get more prosperous, such as dementia and chronically inflammatory diseases. So finally, I'd like to thank all of the parents and families for supporting all the students for the last 4, 5, 6, and even more number of years. I know that some of you really loved being here, so you deliberately failed the occasional examination so you could spend another year here. And for the graduates in the 5-year course, 8 years is a long time. So you're 3 years as your undergraduate, then 5 years, that's a long time to be a student. And also, of course, extremely expensive. So thanks very much for digging into your finances to support our students. And I'll finish with a short story. So a proud mother was taking a photograph of their son alongside her husband after graduation. She didn't like the pictures very much because she thought they were far too formal. They were standing there in their gowns and suits. So she suggested to her son that he put his arm and his hand on his father's shoulder to make it look more informal, to which the father said, "It shouldn't be on my shoulder, it should be in my pocket." Now this finishes today, actually, because the students over there, or the graduates over there, will join the world of work and start earning some money in August when they go in their first jobs. But as a father of 4, I know that actually you'll still end up looking after them, and you'll still have a free board and lodging for many, many years to come, the boomerang generation. So finally, on behalf of all the staff, the students, and the Student Association, please enjoy the ceremony tonight in this truly momentous place, and I hope it will be a fitting end to what's been a fascinating day. Thank you very much.
So thank you to Professor Tom MacDonald for those words. Next we will be hearing from Professor Anthony Warrens, Dean for Education at Barts of London. Thank you.
President and officers of BLSA, Chairman, Principal, colleagues, academic, clinical and professional, welcome back guests, friends and family, and the 2015 graduates of Queen Mary, Barts of London School of Medicine and Dentistry. It really gives me great pleasure to make a few remarks on this truly important occasion in this magnificent venue. Now, this is not the first occasion I've been speaking to you over the course of the past 2 or 3 days. I have made a few remarks over the course of the earlier part of the day, and some of you may have a vague recollection of a few comments on Saturday night in the Great Hall at Barts. These will be the people in the dark glasses, wishing that the amplifiers weren't turned on quite as loudly as they seem to be. But today is different. In a less anaesthetized state, this is a day that all of you, our graduates, will remember, and rightly so. Today is the day you take off your L plates. You are still learners, but so are we all, including myself and everyone on the platform. But you have achieved a certain threshold of knowledge and skill. A threshold that represents probably the biggest milestone in your education. So yes, this is a day that you, our graduates, will remember. And it's a day that your family and friends will remember too, but in a different way. They have brought you to this threshold. They have encouraged, cajoled, threatened perhaps, screamed, I have no doubt occasionally, and sometimes, I dare say, cried with you over 2 decades or more. But I feel sure that almost all of you will humbly agree that your journey to this day would have been much, much harder, if indeed possible at all, without the support of the people you have chosen to bring with you today. And it's a day that those of us who have taught you will remember also. It's a very satisfying experience taking a junior student and slowly, over a period of years, inducting them into our professions. One of my colleagues, the professor of pathology, likes to say that behind every successful man is a surprised woman. Well, some of you have delivered us, your teachers, your share of surprises, but not just in a negative sense. I find every batch of new students reinvigorates my sense of idealism in the endeavour that is the practice of medicine and dentistry. As you move towards the inevitable cynicism and weariness that results from dealing with any large system, and in regards to the induction of weariness, I must warn you that the NHS is bigger and better than most. As you move upwards in the hierarchy, I would urge you to remain open to the doe-eyed idealism that you showed as very junior students. Always remember what brought you into the portals of this medical school those several years ago. Always remember that the bottom line of the whole venture is not about targets, not about audit, not about governance, undeniably important though they are. When all is boiled down, it is about the relationship that you have with another human being, your patient, as his or her doctor or dentist. Sometimes that is immediate and interpersonal, but it's no less true when the patient is someone on whose biopsy or x-ray you are commenting, or who will be the beneficiary of your research, or dare I say, when the patient will benefit from the quality of education you deliver to the generation that follows you. Your professional life, the professional life you're embarking on, only has real meaning when it has as its focus the patient. Of course, your time at medical school has not just been about learning facts. It's been about developing the values that society rightly expects of its doctors, and the human attributes that make you more rounded individuals. And on this, I must say, you have excelled. I could mention the various achievements on the various stages onto which you have climbed to impress us. I've been greatly impressed by the fashion shows and the theatrical productions, and there have been similar sporting achievements and the achievements already mentioned by Tom MacDonald in Rag Week. You've performed extremely well academically, and the school is recognised unequivocally as having a very rapid, ongoing upward trajectory using any number of parameters. It's very important to take league tables with something of a pinch of salt, particularly when the direction of travel is downwards, but ours is not, so league tables are clearly very important. All of these are achievements in which you can feel justly proud, just as we feel proud of you. And as with so many other things, there is a tide in the affairs of medical and dental schools, and I must say you are fortunate in having been part of a rising tide in Barts and the London during your time here. We're achieving more and more year on year, and there is no reason to believe that the high tide is yet in sight. Now, I meant to be giving a few inspiring thoughts, but actually you may be the best source of that. So over the years, I have flicked through some of the yearbooks to identify one or two of the comments made by you or your predecessors about the organisation. I have to say, I cannot help but wonder what went before the comment, "No, officer, we're from Imperial College." Someone else wrote, parodying the Carlsberg advertisement, "Barts and the London, probably the best medical school in the world," to which my only question is, probably? But this is a recurring theme. One of you wrote, "If I could bottle the Barts spirit, I'd sell it and be a millionaire." And I too have sensed this spirit. I've sensed it in staff and I've sensed it in students more than I've been aware of anywhere else in my career. There's a great history behind it, which I will not repeat, but I would say that there is no shame in being patriotic about your medical school. Indeed, where there is reason for pride, and there is, you should exult in taking it. There is indeed reason to be proud in our medical school. There is communal pride, and there's a pride that you will share with your friends and family, but there's also an individual pride, and you are allowed to take it. Your achievements are indeed great, and you must celebrate them. You must do so, however, with appropriate humility and apprehensiveness. Today, your relationship with the rest of the world will change. Each and every one of you becomes slightly different. Superficially, it doesn't seem that important, but hitherto you have related to the world in one way, and today that will change forever. When you rose this morning, you did so as Mr. or Ms. When you go to bed, if you go to bed, it will be as Doctor. A small change. For the men, a single letter, but the difference is incalculable. This morning, the Misters and Mrs. of the world related to you as fellow Misters and Mrs. Tonight, you have a status apart, and that status brings responsibility as well as opportunities. People will seek your advice on matters so personal, so intimate, that they will share them with no other soul. You've been trained to rise to those responsibilities, but you have more to learn. We all do. Be aware of the trust put in you and the expectations that flow from it. Be aware of the positions you hold in your various communities and rise to them. Be aware of your shortcomings and act on them with humility and honesty. But do not be daunted by them. You leave us well prepared, and you leave with the good wishes and well-placed high expectations of the current faculty. To you, the graduating class of 2015 of Barts and the London School of Medicine and Dentistry, Queen Mary University of London, please enjoy our heartiest congratulations and accept this, our parting commission. Make your years at this medical school the basis of a long and fulfilling career in which you honour your colleagues, determine your potential and achieve it, and cherish your patients. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, Professor Warrens. Our next speaker for the evening will be particularly familiar to the graduating dentists here today. I'd like to welcome the Dean for Dentistry at Barts and London School of Medicine and Dentistry, Professor Mike Curtis.
Student President, Staff President, colleagues, students, families and friends. I'm really delighted to say a few words in recognition of the ability and success of this year's final students in dentistry at this truly wonderful occasion in these really auspicious surroundings. You are a really special group of graduates to me. You're the first group to have spent the entire final year of your course in our brand new, up-to-date clinical facilities of our dental school in the Royal London Hospital. I really hope it's been an enjoyable and fulfilling experience for all of you, including the evening clinics you had to endure for 2 terms. And I really look forward to following your progress over the coming years as you progress through your careers to become fully independent practicing professionals. I'm confident you'll make us proud of you as you now take the first steps on that journey. However, it's really important to recognise that completion of your BDS is only the beginning. You can all look forward to a bright future, although inevitably this will be accompanied by yet more hard work and additional responsibilities, along with the uncertainties and to an extent the excitement of working in a new environment. Further training, revalidation, and in some cases specialisation will form part of a continuing lifelong learning landscape which will characterise your future careers. I'm confident that your time with us at Barts and the London will have given you the basic skills and aptitude to more than cope with these challenging new environments. This is also a really important time for you to reflect on the support and sacrifices made by others, by family and by friends, which have enabled you to successfully complete your studies at Barts and London. I'm sure that many of you will have shared in both your times of anxiety as well as times of success throughout your undergraduate years. Now is the time to properly acknowledge and thank those around you who've allowed you to reach your full potential. On behalf of all the staff, I'd really like to thank you all for your commitment and professionalism during your time with us, and in particular, your contributions to the friendly community spirit that is one of the truly defining characteristics of our school. The assistance that many of you have given to more junior years in the school and the charitable activities you have performed, including, for example, work with the Griffin Community Trust, are both accolades to you and an essential part of the ethos of Barts and London. Our reputation for being an institution which combines an excellent educational experience with a warm and friendly atmosphere is a really precious commodity which could so easily be lost if we don't all contribute to its well-being. Thank you for being such important and effective players in that endeavour over the last few years. Finally, you will always be graduates of this dental school, and therefore you will always, I hope, be its most effective ambassadors. I hope you all look back on your time with the school with both pride and with fondness for the formative years you have spent here in your undergraduate years. You are now our newest alumni and life members of the dental chapter of Barts and London Alumni Association. I speak for all staff when saying that we really look forward to seeing you again when you visit the school in the coming years. We wish you well, we wish you much success, and we wish you much happiness in the future. Many congratulations to the class of 2015. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Curtis, for those words. Next, for the second year running, we have Professor Westwood, who has agreed to read out the marathon of names that is about to come. Thank you.
It gives me great pleasure to invite our newly qualified doctors of the cohort of 2015 to come and greet our Dean of Research and our Dean of Education. Dr. Oliver James Richards. Dr. Claire Morris, Women's Hoppy Cub Blues. Dr. Kieran Zara Kazmim. Dr. Jade Shah. Dr. Hatim Abdul Hussain, Merit in Year 3. Dr. Adiomo, Football Blood Clovers. Dr. Mohammed Jaran Afghan. Dr. Shaziz Ahmed, the Anthony J. Williams Memorial Prize, the Buxton Prize, the College Draper Company Prize, the Joy and David Long Prize in Medicine First Place, the Knott Prize First Place, College Prize, the Patrick Pawsey Prize First Place, distinction in years 3, 4 and 5, and distinction in medical sciences. Wow! Dr. Sarah Amin Al-Sati with the Edith Forbes Award, the Perrin Prize for Medical Ethics, Medicine, Arthur H. Burroughs Prize 2nd place, and distinction in Year 3 and merit in Year 5. Dr. Muhammad Ali with Football Club Colours, Saving Londoners' Lives Colours, and distinction in medical sciences. Dr. Catherine Ann Allen, Netball Club Colours, the Charrington Poster Prize, distinction in Year 5 and merit in Years 1 and 2. Dr. Alia Al-Musasawi with the Tariq El Talwal Memorial Prize, the College Prize, distinction in Year 3, distinction in medical sciences, and merit in Years 4 and 5. Dr. Dua Al-Said. Dr. Thuvaram Amothelingam. Dr. David Brian Annan, Raising and Giving Blues, Peer Assisted Learning Society Blues, Student Assisted Medical and Dental Applicant Society Colours, Afro-Caribbean Cultural Society Colours, distinction in medical sciences, and merit in Years 3, 4 and 5. Dr. Carl Richard Henning Antbring, Medical Education Support Society Colours, and merit in Year 3. Dr. Fatima Anwar. Dr. Kathika Aranchalalma. Dr. Luke Javi Ashby, distinction in Years 2 and 5, and merit in Years 1, 3 and 4. Dr. Claudia Ashton, Drama Society Colours and Yoga Society Colours. Dr. Ara Ahmed Ashari, Medical Education Support Society Blues, Students for Kids International Project Society Colours, distinction in Year 3 and merit in Years 4 and 5. Dr. Sultana Azam, distinction in medical sciences and merit in Years 3 and 5. Dr. Ahmed Ashraf Azar. Dr. Saba Aziz, Medical Education Support Society Colours. Dr. Emma Victoria Baker, Mixed Hockey Club Blues and Women's Hockey Cup Colours. Dr. Ali Mohammed Bakir, distinction in Year 3, distinction in medical sciences and merit in Year 5. Dr. Priyanka Balendran. Dr. Andrew Richard Baum, Men's Hockey Club Blues, Distinction in Medical Sciences and Merit in Year 3. Dr. Jasmine Basal. Dr. Pallavi Basu, 4th Year Psychiatry Prize, Distinction in Years 2, 3, 4 and 5, and a Merit in Year 1. Dr. Halima Begum. Dr. Shaista Shah Begum. Dr. Eleanor Berry, Boat Club Colours. Dr. Tanya Yasmin Bagat, Distinction in Medical Sciences and Merit in Year 4. Dr. Elizabeth Blackburn, Running Club Blues and Merit in Years 4 and 5. Dr. Elijah Caspar Finbar Blake. Dr. Sandra Bonsu, the Kenyan Orphan Project Colours. Dr. Richard William Alabi Borte, Afro-Caribbean Cultural Society Colours. Amy Louise Bowes, Neuroscience Society Blues, Merits in Years 3, 4 and 5. Dr. Joshua David Brody. Dr. Charo Bruce, Distinction in Years 3 and 4. Dr. Patrick Peter Venning Bryan, Football Club Colours, Cricket Club Colours and Merits in Years 3 and 5. Dr. Lindsay Jane Bull, Netball Club, Colours, Merits in Years 4 and 5. Dr. Samuel Robin Bullard, Boat Club Colours, Distinctions in Years 1 and 2 and Merits in Years 3 and 4. Dr. Erin Butterworth, Merit in Years 3, 4 and 5. Dr. Alex Byrne, Leadership and Management in Medicine Society Blues. Dr. Daniel Charles Campbell, Merits in Years 2 and 5. Dr. Alison Ruth Carter. Dr. Perrin Alice Celebre, Dance Society Colours, Distinction in Years 1, 2, 3 and 4, and Merit in Years 5. Dr. Lalshi Chandramurthy, Tamil Society Blue. Dr. Ashton Philip Chang, Association Colours, Men's Hockey Club Blue, Charrington Proster Prize and Distinction in Years 1, 2 and 3. Dr. Amit Anju Chuan, the College Prize for Sports Medicine. Dr. Samuel Kinsley Checker, Vice President London, Association Honours, Student for Kids International Project Blues. Dr. Vanessa Laura Chiappa, Running Club Colours, Not Prize Second Place, Distinction in Years 3, 4 and 5, and Distinction in Medical Sciences. Dr. Charlotte Chilcott, Distinction in Year 4 and Merit in Years 3 and 5. Dr. Dominic Alexander Mark Anthony Chillon. Dr. Anisa Chowdhury. Dr. Ashvina Chuan, Distinction in Medical Sciences and Merit in Year 3. Dr. John Wei Choi, Raising and Giving Colours. Dr. Thomas Anthony Milnes Coate. Dr. Molly Amanda Colburn, Running Club Colours, Netball Club Colours, Merit in Year 4 and 5. Dr. Paula Elizabeth Cook, Merit in Years 4 and 5. Dr. Martha Louise Mary Cooper. Dr. Amy Coulden, Association Colours, Women's Hockey Club Blues, Drama Society Colours, Snow Sport Club Colours, Distinction in Year 4, Distinction in Medical Sciences, and Merit in Year 5. Dr. Etienne Bernard Giles Cravell. Dr. Sean Andrew Crossman, Badminton Club Colours. Dr. Swasmita Swarna Das, Asian Cultural Society Blues. Dr. Jennifer Arian Davies, the Not Prize Third Place, Distinction in Years 3 and 4, and Merit in Years 2 and 5. Dr. Catherine Louise de Katz, the Sydney Scott and Henry Silverman Prize in ENT, and Merit in Year 5. Dr. Yannick Aval-Derwar, Basketball Club Blues, Peer Assisted Learning Society Colours, Sir Andrew Clark and Duckworth Nelson Prize, and distinction in years 3, 4 and 5. Dr. Sadia Aziz Dehidi, merit in year 4. Dr. Joanna Dilly, Ophthalmology Society Colours, Duke Elder Prize in Ophthalmology, Arnold Thompson Prize, the Ernest Withers Prize for Ophthalmology, the Brackenbury Bourne and Magdalene Hughes Scholarship in Medicine, 3rd place, distinction in years 3, 4 and 5, and merit in year 2. Dr. Jessica Ann Dillaway. Dr. Lilia Dimitrov, distinction in years 3, 4 and 5, and merit in year 2. Dr. Hannah Downer, Association Colours, Drama Society Blues, Netball Club Colours, Raising and Giving Colours, Mixed Hoppy Club Colours, and merit in year 5. Dr. Radhikar Thuya. Dr. Naomi Jean Marie Doon, the Harvey Miniasa Prize. Dr. Claire Louise Durans, the Women's Hockey Club Colours and the Yoga Society Colours. Dr. Thomas Piers William Elias, distinction in year 5 and merit in years 2, 3 and 4. Dr. Christos Episkos, Drama Society Blues and the Edith Forbes Award. Dr. Adam Shabir Fadra. Dr. Ahmed Faruqi. Dr. Yazin Fatin, the Muslim Medics and Dentists Society Blues, the Teddy Bear Hospital Blues, and merit in year 2. Dr. Adam Edward Foe, Football Club Blues, and merit in year 1. Dr. Alicia Pilpeck, the Harvey Menias Prize, and merit in years 2, 3 and 4. Dr. David Louis Fisher, the Men's Hockey Club Colours, the Aleutian Prize for Therapeutics, 2nd place. Dr. Catherine Emily Fitch, merits in years 3 and 5. Dr. Garrode Fitzgibbon, merit in years 1 and 5. Dr. Emily Isabella Forshaw, merit in year 3. Yeah. Dr. Alexander James Fowler, Association Colours, College Prize, distinctions in years 4 and 5, distinction in medical sciences, and merit in year 3. Dr. Fern Elizabeth Galloway, distinction in year 1 and merit in year 4. Dr. Zoe G.B. Dumaka, Afro-Caribbean Cultural Society Colours, Wheelwright Prize in Child Health and merit in year 1. Dr. Catherine Elizabeth Gilbert, Women's Hockey Club Colours. Dr. Benjamin Philip Giles, Rugby Club Blues. Dr. Catherine Victoria Gillespie, Mixed Hockey Club Blues and Women's Hockey Club Colours. Dr. Lucy Elizabeth Glasgow, Association Colours, Orthopaedic and Rheumatology Society Blues and Women's Hockey Club Colours. Dr. Hettel Gohill. Dr. Jadina Makey Sally Gould, the Francis Hocking Prize, the David Williams and Matthew Duncan Prize in Obstetrics and Medicine, and merit in years 2, 3 and 4. Dr. Amy Gribble, the Tamros Prize First Place, distinction in years 3 and 5, and merits in years 2 and 4. Dr. Adam James Gregory July Lancaster, distinction in years 2 and 3, and merit in years 4 and 5. Dr. Luke Nathan Hanna. Dr. Mishbah Hack, Medical Education Support Society Blues and distinction in medical sciences. Dr. Lauren Harris, Jerison and Herbert Patterson Prize, the Knott Prize second place, the College Prize, the Hakin Prize, the Heath and Skinner Prize, the College Prize, the Patrick Pawsey Prize first place, the Brackenbury Bourne and Madeline Hughes Scholarship in Medicine third place, the Coomer and Clark Prize, and distinctions in years 2, 3, 4 and 5. Dr. Thomas Hart, distinction in year 3 and merit in years 2, 4 and 5. Dr. Ellen Mary Hartland, the Perrin Prize in Medical Ethics Medicine and merit in year 3. Dr. Ali Abbas Mataza Rashid Hasham. Dr. Siddiqa Ferdiz Hassan Ushat, the Charrington Poster Prize, the Edith Forbes Award, the Knott Prize third place, and distinction in years 2, 3, 4 and 5. Dr. Jeremy Kongen He, distinction in years 1 and 2 and merit in year 3. Dr. Roy Heng, the Anthony J. Williams Memorial Prize, distinctions in years 1 and 2 and merit in years 3 and 5. Dr. Jennifer Alice Claire Hobbs, the Music Society Colours, distinction in years 5 and merit in years 3. Dr. Jennifer Hole, Association Colours, Alpine Club Colours, Sexpression Society Colours, and distinction in year 5. Dr. Jonathan Hollow, Boat Club Blues, merit in years 1, 2, 3, and 5. Dr. Tony Hobson. Dr. Ernest Lakovlev, merit in years 2 and 4. Dr. Rayhan Ibrahim, the RCPCH 2012 Student Prize nomination. Dr. Cameron Robert Wycliffe Aiken. Dr. Rose Ingleton, the Women's Hockey Club Blues, the Mixed Hockey Club Colours, and the Yoga Society Colours. Dr. Emily Sophie Inglis. Dr. Sarim Iqbal. Dr. Habib Mohammed Ishmael, Clinical Learning Associated Skills Society Colours, and merit in year 5. Dr. Umair Jahura. Dr. Christine Susan James, Mixed Hockey Club Blues and Women's Hockey Club Colours. Dr. Mavish Dwana Javad, the Cardiology Society Colours. Dr. Ali Jawad, President of Barts and London Student Association, Association Award, Association Honours, Surgical Society Blues, Clinical Learning and Associated Skills Society Blues, Medical Education Society Blues, the Middle Eastern and Mediterranean Society Blues, the Potter's Barber Medal of Distinction. Well done. Dr. Zaid Mohammed Jawad. Dr. Nitish Jayakumar, the Association Award, Association Colours, Peer Assisted Learning Society Blues, Medical Education Support Society Blues, Clinical Learning Associated Skills Society Blues, Surgical Society Blues, Student Assisted Medical and Dental School Applicant Society Colours, the Buxton Prize, the Brackenbury and Waring Scholarship in Surgery Prize First Place, Distinction in Year 3, Distinction in Medical Sciences, and a Merit in Year 4. Well done. Dr. Namitha Jayaranathan, the David Reeves Prize, the Buxton Prize, the Distinction in Year 3, and the Distinction in Medical Sciences. Dr. Richard Jeffries, the Leadership and Management Society Colours and Merit in Years 4 and 5. Dr. Lucy Rose Jefferson, Netball Club Colours, Drama Society Colours, Distinction in Years 3, 4 and 5, and Merit in Year 2. Dr. Richard Jenkins, Distinction in Year 5 and Merit in Year 3. Dr. Alicia Jasmine Jethwa, Student Assisted Medical and Dental Applicant Society Blues. Dr. Stephanie Louise Johnson. Dr. Charlotte Suzanne Johnson. Dr. Simon Van Johnson. Dr. Timothy Forsyth Jones, Distinction in Year 5, Merit in Year 3. Dr. Faiz Junajar. Dr. Avtar Singh Kainth. Dr. Jason J. Sun Khan. Dr. Amrit Kannagar Sunrem. Dr. Robert Kane, Distinction in Years 4 and 5. Dr. Senthuran Kanthasamy, Clinical Learning and Associated Skills Society Blues, Men's Hockey Club Colours, and Distinction in Medical Sciences. Dr. Yashim Karapina. Dr. Lakabir Kaur. Dr. Katriana Jane Kemery, Association Colours, Alpine Club Colours, and Merit in Year 1. Dr. Michaela Elisabetta Khan, the College Prize, the Tariq El Tawa Memorial Prize. Dr. Sadek Ghosh Zabin. Dr. Caroline Laura Stephanie Kilduff. And Netball Club Blues, Distinction in Years 2, 3, 4 and 5, and Merit in Year 1. Dr. Matthew Thomas Kimberley, Distinction in Years 5, Merit in Years 3 and 4. Dr. Paul Wasua Kidunga Kiwa Onuka. Dr. Victoria Knight. Dr. Maria Nobel in the Charity and Poster Prize and Merit in Year 1. Dr. Charlotte Lee Ying Ko. Dr. Ethan Yi Peng Ho. Dr. Zdeněk Kuldelka. Dr. Catherine Amy Cohert, distinction in Year 4 and merit in Years 2 and 3. Dr. Lakshmi Kunes Karan. Dr. Mohammad Zahid Kariman, with Student for Kids International Project Blues. Dr. Kane Prayful Lakhani, merit in Years 2, 3 and 5. Dr. Bagrat Lala Bekrani, and Aesthetics and Intensive Care Society Colours. Dr. Ardila Tasneem Leilu. Dr. Elizabeth Kathleen Langton with the Hitchin Prize in Butler's Analogy. Dr. Myra Ann Lawrenson. Dr. Louise Inteng Lee, merit in Years 2 and 4. Dr. Ian Low Lee. Dr. Tia Lekveshvili, merit in Year 5. Dr. Harris Lois. Dr. Olivia Linnea Lowes in the Jefferson and Herbert Patterson Prize, distinctions in Years 2, 3 and 4, and a merit in Year 5. Dr. Lawrence Markowski, Rugby Club Blues, Orthopaedic and Rheumatology Society Blues. Dr. Nazir Parveen Malik, Students for Kids International Project Society Colours, and Netherby Prize. Dr. Samantha Maloney, the Jefferson and Herbert Patterson Prize, the Brackenby Bourne and Magdalen Hughes Scholarship in Medicine First Place, and distinction in Years 2, 3, 4 and 5. Dr. Cameron Mand, merit in Years 4 and 5. Dr. Sarah Roseanne Manning, Sexpression Society Colours. Dr. Brian Buru. Dr. Duijay Mehat, the Slot James Anderson Prize, distinction in years 3, 4 and 5, and distinction in medical sciences. Dr. Benjamin Matthew Maylak, Men's Hockey Club Colours. Dr. Maijan Maya. Dr. Robert Daniel Michael, Merit in Year 3. Dr. Charlotte Mills. Dr. Valerie Milton. Dr. Farah Mohammed Nazir. Dr. Arya Mohammed Khani, Clinical Learning Association, Associated Skills Society Blues, and Merit in Year 2. Sarah Beth Mortimer, Netball Club Colours, distinction in Year 3 and Merit in Years 4 and 5. Stephen James Moss, Water Polo Club Colours and Drama Society Blues. Dr. Faith Mouquet, Merit in Year 2 and 4. Dr. Tun Win Myant, Drama Society Colours. Dr. Juand Hanif Nakade, Saving London's Live Colours and Language and Culture Society Colours. Dr. Vishnu Naidu. Dr. Thurisha Naila. Dr. Indapal Singh Nandra. Dr. Vanessa Nathan Marsh, the Afro-Caribbean Cultural Society Blues. Dr. Fiona Deborah Niels, the Charrington Poster Prize, the David Williams and Matthew Duncan Prize for Obstetric Medicine, and Merit in Year 5. Well done. Dr. Sinthuja Meniathan, Saving London's Live Colours. Dr. Leonidas John Niohandopoulos. Close enough, eh? Dr. Ryan Thomas Norman, Football Club Colours. Dr. Ian Anthony Novell, Merit in Year 3. Dr. Daniel Jonathan Ong. Dr. Nadia Anna Osman, the Asian Culture... the Asian Cultural Society Blues, the Student Assisted Medical and Dental Application Society colours. Dr. Mazia Aziz Ozunji. No? Dr. Ulva Azad. Dr. John Isaac Sienz Panaguton, Dance Society Blues and Merit in Year 4. Dr. Storm Parker, Boat Club Colours. Dr. Rahul Parnaik, and that's Merit in Year 4. Dr. Dinashar Patel, Merit in Years 1 and 2. Dr. Day Kisan Patel. Dr. Mitesh Patel. Dr. Anish Patel, Clinical Learning and Associated Skills Society Blues and Men's Hockey Club Colours. Dr. Punu Kumar E. Patel. Dr. Shivani Patel. Dr. Ashish Vijay Patel, Men's Hockey Club Colours. Dr. Catherine Pates, Music Society Colours, the Weitzman Prize in Cardiology and Distinction in Years 2, 3, 4 and 5. Dr. Humara Pathan. Dr. Sasha Payagala. Dr. Andrea Priyanka Pereira with the Catherine Penn Prize in Cancer and Merit in Year 3. Dr. Claire Perez. Dr. Elias Petro, Distinction in Medical Sciences and Merit in Year 3. Dr. Cheryl Fan. Dr. Rachel Alice Pulley. Dr. Vincent Trakwan, Merit in Years 1, 3 and 5. Dr. Mohammed Shamsul Islam Qureshi. Dr. Kizad Kali Rafiq, Teddy Bear Hospital Colours. Dr. Lewis Anthony John Raymond, the Antoine Prize in Therapeutics 2nd place and Merit in Years 2 and 5. Dr. Mehul Raithana, merit in years 4 and 5. Dr. Divra Raj, Men's Hockey Club Blues. Dr. Rahul Rajasingam. Dr. Gohul Ramakrishnan. Dr. Holly Abigail Randall, Boat Club Colours and merit in years 2 and 3. Dr. Rohini Rayo, distinction in year 3 and distinction in medical sciences. Dr. Raghu Prakash Ratnakumaran, Asian Cultural Society Blues, distinction in year 4 and merit in year 5. Dr. Varmini Ratnasa Pathami. Dr. Lucas Nils Arthur Renberg, Rugby Club Blues, the Charrington Poster Prize, and merit in years 1 and 5. Dr. Anirudhan Renukanathan, Language and Culture Society Colours, the Arthur H. Burroughs Prize, 2nd place, distinction in years 3 and 4, distinction in medical sciences, and merit in year 5. Dr. Daniel Martin Richardson, Boat Club Blues, and merit in year 1. Dr. Lloyd James Rickard, Rugby Club Blues, Orthopaedic and Rheumatology Society Colours, the Ian Howard and George Burroughs Prize in Pathology, 1st place, and distinction in years 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Dr. Michael Ruiz. Dr. George Ryan, President of Barts and London Student Association, Association Award, Association Honours, and Merit in Year 1. Dr. Dalakshi Sachi Thananan, the Brackenberg-Bourne and Madeline Hughes Prize in Molecular Medicine, the Treasurer's Prize for BMed Sci, and merit in year 4. Dr. Muhammad Mahaji Saidijin. No. Dr. Miriam Saeed Al-Rifkia. Distinction in year 5, merit in year 3 and 4. Dr. Abraham Sar Athivan, distinction in years 4 and 5 and merit in year 3. Dr. Kabir Singh Sandhu, merit in year 4. Dr. Kavita Sankla, distinction in year 3. Dr. Farhan Imtizar Sarraf. Dr. Mariha Sarbitsky. Dr. Georgia Scott, Netball Club Colours, Distinction in Year 5 and Merit in Years 1 and 2. Dr. Yusuf Hussain Shah. Dr. Akhil Shah. Dr. Roshni Jaychandra Shah, Saving Londoners' Lives Blue, Student Assisted Medical and Dental Applicant Society Colours. Dr. Saloni Shah. Dr. Sunin Ramesh Chandra Shah, Merit in Year 1. Dr. Anika Shaw. Dr. Salim Shoraf, Association Colours, Football Colours and Snow Sports Club Colours. Dr. Nargis Perveen Sheikh. Dr. Charlotte Simister. Dr. Udowateg Darshana Nadika Sirisena. Dr. Biriyandi Sivapath Thasundram. Dr. J. Song. Dr. Jamanda Mackenzie Sarah Soothill, Medical Education Support Society Colours, Buxton Prize, the Arthur H. Burroughs Prize First Place, the College Prize, the Brackenbury Bourne and Madeline Hughes Scholarship in Medicine Second Place, the Frederick Treve Prize, the John Liddell's Prescribing Skills Prize First Place, distinction in Years 2, 3, 4 and 5 and a Merit in Year 1. Well done. Dr. Thusaga Shri Satkarnasingram, Men's Hockey Club Colours and Cricket Club Colours. Dr. Sarah Elizabeth Stewart, Netball Club Colours, Yoga Society Colours, the Charrington Poster Prize and Merit in Years 1, 2, 4 and 5. Dr. Hayley Jane Stewart, Medical Education Support Society Colours, the Strauss Prize in Psychological Medicine Second Place, distinction in Year 5 and Merit in Years 3 and 4. Ready? Dr. Joseph Benjamin Stockwell, merit in year 3. Dr. Daniel Wayne Sumner, the Anesthetics and Intensive Care Society Colours, the Joy and David Long Prize in Medicine, 2nd place, the Royal Alexander Briggs Prize in General Practice, and merit in year 3. Well done. Dr. Nilufar Tabara. Dr. Prashitha Chedchanamurthy. Dr. Thasana Divatsan. Distinction in Medical Sciences and merit in years 3 and 5. Dr. Tilna Sabanthi Tilakuma, Student-Assisted Medical and Dental Applicant Society Colours and merit in year 1. Dr. Esther Claudia Jane Tilson, the Atkins and Barts Partnership Society Colours and merit in years 3 and 4. Dr. Tolu Winifred Temeyin. Dr. Georgia Jane Elizabeth Todd. Dr. Sanjay Tricker. Dr. Mira Yatin Travetti, Drama Society Colours and Charity and Poster Prize. Dr. Anthony Wayman Sang, Saving Londoners' Lives Colours, Distinction in Medical Sciences. Dr. Bill Mark Turner, the LGBT Plus Society Colours and merit in years 1 and 4. Dr. Victoria Jane Turnock, Women's Hockey Club Colours, Drama Society Colours, Mixed Hockey Club Colours, Medical Women's Federation Prize, Distinction in Year 4, and merit in Years 2 and 3. Dr. Emily Victoria Twigg, Running Club Colours, Distinction in Years 4 and 5, and merit in Years 1 and 3. Dr. Nilesh Niranjan Vakarija, getting the Nilesh Vakaria College Prize, the BSc in Experimental Pathology, the Turnbull and Walsham Prize, and Distinction in Medical Sciences, and merit in Years 3, 4, and 5. Well done. Dr. Hans-Kurt Casper van Hoolen, the Buxton Prize, the Strauss Prize for Psychological Medicine, 1st place, the John Liddell Prescribing Prize, 3rd place, Distinction in Years 1, 2, 3, and 4, and merit in Year 5. Dr. Kimberly Dominique Van Winsen, Yoga Society Blues, Women's Hockey Club Colours, and merit in Years 1 and 4. Dr. Natasha van der Pitt. Dr. Rekha Varma. Dr. Dave Vadaj, Association Colours, Football Club Colours, Student Assisted, Medical and Dental Applicants Society Colours, the Joy and David Long Prize in Medicine, 2nd place. Dr. Nabil Virani. Dr. Anshuja Chavi Wadua, the Dance Society Blues, the Orthopaedic and Rheumatology Society Colours, Student for Kids International Project Society Colours. Dr. Molik Mukulika Wadud. Not you, not you. Oh dear. Dr. Noor Wadidar Wadid. Well done. Dr. Shahid Hussain Walji, Merit in Year 1. Go for it. Dr. Mark Philip Warlow, Boat Club Blues, Charrington Poster Prize, and Merit in Year 1. Dr. Alexander Warwick Smith, Music Society Blues. Dr. Harry Edmund Gordon White, Clinical Learning Associated Skills Society Blues, Surgical Society Blues. Dr. Angus Douglas Wilson, the BWWF Prize, Distinction in Years 1, 2, 3 and 5 and Merit in Year 4. Dr. David Adam Winters, Distinction in Year 5. Dr. Wei Ying Wong. Dr. Alexander Sulien Wong. Dr. Caroline Oi Loon Wong, College Prize for BMed Sci and the Harvey Menassian Prize. Dr. Esther Wu, Student Assisted Medical and Dental Applicants Society Colours. Dr. Patrick William Woodburn, Music Society Blues, Alpine Club Blues, Students for Kids International Project Society Colours. Dr. Oliver Wolfe, Association Colours and Drama Society Colours. Dr. James Kenneth Worsfold, Football Club Colours, the BWWF Prize, Distinction in Medical Sciences and Merit in Years 4 and 5. Dr. Hannah Amy Worthington, Merit in Years 1 and 3. Dr. Sarah Wiley, merit in Year 3. Dr. Sheraz Mohammed Yazin, distinction in Year 2, merit in Years 3 and 4. Dr. Rebecca Sarah Yates, distinction in Year 1 and merit in Years 2, 3, 4 and 5. Dr. Madia Yusuf, Charrington Poster Prize and merit in Year 3. And I think that concludes the roll of honour for our newly qualified doctors. Shall we all give them a round of applause? And now I'd like to call on our Dean of Dentistry to come and greet his newly qualified dental graduates. Thank you. No longer students, they're graduates, they're fully fledged dentists. Dr. Samuel Anthony, Rugby Club Blues, merit in Years 4 and 5. Dr. Abby Edwards, Alpine Society Colours, Griffin Community Trust Colours and Water Polo Club Colours, and merit in Years 4 and 5. Dr. Nikki Georgia Iadu, Dental Society Colours, Part 3B Prize, Part 4B Prize, and the Human Health and Disease Prize, distinction in Years 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Dr. Huma Kazim, Teddy Bear Hospital Blues, merits in Years 1, 2, 4 and 5. Let's clap them anyway, even in their absence. Dr. Meenakashi Kumar, Dental Society Colours, Part 2 Overall Prize, Human Health and Disease Prize, the Carol Inson Prize, distinction in Years 1, 2, 3 and 4, and merit in Year 5. Dr. Emma Lawrence, Griffin Community Trust Colours, the Dental Society Colours, distinction in Year 3 and merit in Years 4 and 5. Dr. Shadi Manu Cherry Firuzi Babadi. No, but we still think it's great that they became a dentist. Dr. Laura McKay, Sailing Club Colours and merit in Years 2, 4 and 5. Dr. Ikrar Naeem, distinction in Years 2, 3 and 4 and merit in Year 5. Dr. Joanne Omid Varan, Asian Cultural Society Colours, Badminton Club Colours and Drama Society Colours, distinction in Years 3 and 4, merit in Years 2 and 5. Dr. Mandy Powell, Vice President, Barts Association Honours, Netclub Colours, the George Hankey Prize in Oral Biology, and merits in Years 1, 2 and 5. Dr. Hannah Taylor, Dental Society Colours, Merit in Years 4 and 5. Dr. Kevin Yang, Dean's Prize and Merit in Years 2 and 5. And Dr. Sue Yeo, Merit in Years 2, 4 and 5. And that concludes our roll of honour for our lovely new qualified dentist. Shall we have another round of applause?
Thank you, Professor Westwood, for that truly Herculean effort. Every year at Rites of Passage, we invite 2 students up to speak on behalf of the graduating cohort. And this year, we're delighted to welcome 2 former Barts and London Students' Association presidents. I'd like to invite to speak Dr. Ali Jawad and Dr. George Ryan.
Looks like I'm going first then. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. What a great honour it is to talk to you at such an occasion. My dear mother, Jackie Ryan, has been looking forward to this evening for quite some time now. 7 years to be specific. She's quite an excitable character, and when I told her that we got to walk up onto the stage and collect our scripts, she could barely control herself. I didn't tell her I'd also be speaking, and by the look on her face, I think she's just realised what's going on. Hi, Mum. So Ollie has given us strict instructions. Our speeches must be fit for the ears of a queen. A friend of mine suggested I start with, all the doctors in the house say, "Wee-oh." Well, there we go. I like to feel we've pitched our speeches somewhere in between the two. So this evening, as former presidents, myself and Dr. Ali Jawad get to say a few words to each, and I'm going to take us away with a message for family, friends, and members of staff. In St. Paul's this evening are 340 newly qualified doctors and dentists, 46 members of staff, including professors from a wide range of specialities. We have a handful of vice principals and 1 principal, and 2 officers of the British Empire. That means you have to call them sir. As audiences go, you guys are quite phenomenal. And I've got to be honest, when Ollie first mentioned talking this evening, I was filled with a mixture of nervous excitement and sheer terror. See, in my head, not only do I have to stand in front of you and say words, I have to say something of some sort of significance, something funny, something deep and meaningful. Now, I'm not a very funny guy, I've got to be honest, and deep and meaningful I struggle with at the best of times. So I felt an uphill struggle was ahead. 2 afternoons of scribbling proved fruitless. For a while, I was speechless. So I decided to do what I always do when a deadline's approaching and a piece of work is getting in the way. I sacked it off and went to the gym. 3 days and 3 sessions later, the waters began to clear. I began to understand what needed to be said. See, I understood that events such as this evening are not necessarily about the words that are said, but the feelings that are felt. And in fact, from me, very few words need to be said. So this evening, ladies and gentlemen, I have one simple message for you, and it's a message of thanks. I started at Barts in 2008, studied for 3 years, took a year out, was fortunate enough to be president of the Students' Union, and another to study healthcare management at Imperial. Coming into my 4th year of medical school, my 6th overall at university, I had a bit of a stumble. You see, having taken 2 years out, all my friends had either already graduated or were graduating, and I was enjoying the projects that I'd got involved in outside of medicine. I no longer wanted to be a doctor, so much so I decided I wasn't going to finish, I was going to leave. As you can imagine, this was a hot topic in Camp Ryan. To say we argued would be an understatement. In the red corner, Jackie Ryan came out swinging, adamant I was to stay. In the blue corner, myself, ducking and weaving, adamant I was going to leave. I had meetings with Professor Warrens and exchanged a few emails with various members of staff. Their approach to negotiations was somewhat more tactful than what was going on at home, but nonetheless, their message was the same. Don't be hasty, George Ryan. Finish what you have started. 4 days into 4th year, I was overwhelmed and reluctantly backed down and returned to the safety of medical school. Brushing over 1 or 2 less significant life events, I've made it to be here this evening, and boy, am I glad that I did. You see, given the 2020 vision of hindsight, it's now clear to me that the idea of dropping out was madness. I nearly jumped from a platform I'd worked so hard to climb up to. Perhaps in such a religious building, I should thank God for some sort of divine intervention, but I'm not a particularly religious guy, and I feel that would be an injustice to the people who deserve my thanks. My loved ones, those guys over there, and the medical school. See, the point I want to make is that the start that you all have given us in life has propelled us up onto these platforms. The more we achieve, the higher we go, and the more precariously we stand. Life goes on around us and we wobble. Everyone stumbles. You have a bad day, you fail an exam, people get ill, you smoke, drink, and dance too much. Things happen. We are not perfect. Some people have fallen off their platforms, and they're not with us this evening. But we are here, and we are here because of the relationships that we have with the people in this building today. We are here because of you. Now, I could stand here and thank you from afar, from behind this podium, but personally I think that would be somewhat insincere. It's not quite Barts. I don't know if you've got the feeling, but Barts is a place of love, warmth, and passion. And I feel a thank you from Barts should be equally loving, warm, and compassionate. So graduates, I need your help for this part. Look lively. Family, friends, members of staff, I want you to take this moment, sit there and bask in the glory of your success at raising these fabulously talented individuals. Fellow graduates, we've done a lot of clapping this evening, but it's mostly been going from here to here. We need to do some clapping going the other way. So I'd like you to join me. Be upstanding, give a whoop cheer and a huge, huge round of applause for the guys that got us here this evening. Thank you, graduates. One simple message, a thank you. Now, to round things up, since passing exams in March, we've been somewhat in grey area, not quite students, not quite doctors. From this evening forth, we are doctors, we are dentists, esteemed members of society, if you wish. And as such, it is our responsibility to go forth and shake things up a bit, make a difference, lead. As the late, great Steve Jobs once said, we are here to put a dent in the universe, contribute towards the evolution of your society. How's that for deep and meaningful? Whatever it is you go on to do, and there's going to be a huge amount of things in this room that you all go on to achieve, I want you to bear my last words in mind whilst you do so. Doctors, dentists, members of staff, family, friends, mums, dads, brothers and sisters, this is applicable to all of you. It's one of my favourite quotes. It's taken from above the library at Barts Hospital. It's very short, but it's just so strong. And it goes like this. Whatsoever thy hand findeth, whatever patients you have a duty to care for, whatever students you have a duty to educate, whatever loved ones need your love and compassion, whatsoever thy hand findeth, do it with thy might. Thank you for listening.
Can you hear me now? So what I said back there was, good evening all. Graduates, staff, families and friends, and any confused tourists in here. They'll probably be at the back, actually. For any of you that know me, you know I'm not a big talker, so inevitably my speech will be short and hopefully sweet. But it's a great privilege to speak on behalf of the Barts and London graduates of 2015. I'd like to thank George and the rest of the speakers for thanking our families, our friends, our relatives on our behalf. And I would like to echo all their sentiments. But on behalf of the graduates, I'd like to thank two more groups of people. Firstly, the staff, from academic to clinical to professional, to those in the offices, to those on this platform, to those in the audience today, to those that aren't with us at the moment. Your knowledge and guidance has been invaluable, and your mentorship a guiding hand. You have entrusted us with your time and effort, and you have been graceful with the lessons you have taught us. You have modeled examples, both professionally and personally, which we have and always will endeavor to emulate. You will forever have our respect and gratitude. So on behalf of us all, I thank you. Secondly, standing in this magnificent cathedral, it is indeed a testament to the Barts and London Students Association and the Barts and London community. The Students Association is the keystone to this incredible institution. We may not always realize it, but it has been the keystone to our times at Barts and London. So graduates, I ask you to take a moment and remember the experiences that the Barts and London Students Association has given you. Whether it be with a particular sports club, society, volunteering group, or whether it's in the Griffin, the recovery room, the study room, dance studio, or multi-faith room. We have met people that have become colleagues and friends and partners, people we will always be connected to for a very long time. You have experiences that have molded and shaped you, and some of you have even created experiences that have shaped the life of others. So as you remember those moments, I'm certain they shan't be forgotten. So as your time here comes to an end, I ask you to remember the Students' Association. There's a great pride in that. And because of this Students' Association, we will eternally be sisters and brothers in the service of human health. Sisters and brothers of Barts and London School of Medicine Dentistry. Thank you very much.
Thank you to both our ex-presidents, Dr. Ali Jawad and Dr. George Ryan. Next, I'm very happy to introduce Mr. John Brecknell, the head of final year, to introduce you to the Declaration of Geneva, the modern version of the Hippocratic Oath. Thank you.
The Declaration of Geneva, or the Physician's Oath, was adopted by the General Assembly of the World Medical Association at Geneva in 1948. It is a declaration of a physician's dedication to the humanitarian goals of medicine, a declaration that was especially important in view of the medical crimes which had just been committed in the Second World War. The Declaration of Geneva was intended as a revision of the Hippocratic Oath to a formulation of that oath's moral truths that could be comprehended and acknowledged in a modern way. The sentiments of this declaration should ring a note of truth for all healthcare professionals. On behalf of the graduating class of 2015, I would like to ask all the medical and dental practitioners in the room, and anyone else who should so choose, to stand, including those amongst the staff and our guests, to follow me in a reading of that declaration, which can be found on the back of your booklets. I solemnly pledge to consecrate my life to the service of humanity. Over to you. I will give to my teachers the respect and gratitude that is their due. I will practice my profession with conscience and dignity. The health of my patient will be my first consideration. I will respect the secrets that are confided in me even after the patient has died. I will maintain, by all the means in my power, the honor and the noble traditions of my profession. My colleagues will be my sisters and my brothers. I will not permit considerations of age, disease or disability, creed, ethnic origin, gender, nationality, political affiliation, race, sexual orientation, social standing, or any other factor to intervene between my duty and my patient. I will maintain the utmost respect for human life. I will not use my medical knowledge to violate human rights and civil liberties, even under threat. I make these promises solemnly, freely, and upon my honor. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Brecknell. Our next speaker for the evening is the President of the Barts and London Students Association. It's my pleasure to introduce Mr. Sam Rowles.
Good evening, everybody. Staff, family, friends, and most importantly, good evening, graduands. Our new doctors and dentists, welcome to your Rites of Passage ceremony. But what is a rite of passage? Why are we here when the graduations have already taken place, when you've all officially received your degrees? And I'll be honest, when I started this year, I wondered the question myself. I'm sure many of you wondered it too. But when I started thinking about it, it all became abundantly clear. A rite of passage is a ceremony to mark a symbolic moment and a celebration of a transition between two stages of your lives. Because you've not just graduated with a normal degree. Today is the day that you are no longer lay people. You can no longer rely on that excuse, but I'm just a student. From this day forwards, you will always be members of one of the oldest and most noble professions, the profession of healing. And where better to celebrate that amazing achievement than in a truly amazing place, a world landmark, St. Paul's Cathedral. You will notice that this evening has been divided into two parts. In the first, we celebrated all the accomplishments you have made, be they sporting, societies, volunteering, awards, and academic prowess. Every single one of you has achieved incredible things during your time here. And in the second part, we had the Declaration of Geneva, the solemn vow all doctors take on completing their training, yet it is as relevant to dentistry as it is medicine. Thank you. You may have entered separate to the platform party, these remarkable men and women beside me, but you will leave together. You are on the path that so many illustrious names have trodden before. You are now doctors and dentists, graduands of Barts and the London. So I too will split the remainder of my speech into two parts. First reflecting back, then looking forwards. So I want you to pause for a moment. Think back to all those times you didn't think you could make it. Those times of despair, crises of confidences, where you wondered whether it would all be worth it. Well, here we are now. You've overcome all of those obstacles and come through. You'll have each grown almost unrecognizably from the nervous first years all that time ago. And you may be moving on, but you will not be leaving any of that behind. Those moments, be it cramming for an exam, desperately trying to finish a write-up, searching for a lost logbook. These are the moments that define you. And it's not just study. You will have made new friends, fallen out with others. Some of you have entered and both ended relationships. I believe it was Professor Warrens who, when we first started, told us roughly half of us would go on to marry someone in the same room. Everybody looked around, shocked and worried. And I guess if you look around today, some of you may still be quite alarmed. But the point is, 4, 5, 6 or more years of stress brings with it its own challenges and personal toil. These challenges, these scars are now your badges of honor that you'll wear forwards. And now you must take a moment as everybody has iterated already before me, but unfortunately I wasn't sure what they would say. You must take a moment to thank everybody who got you through the hard times, because without them, you would have not made it to the good. There is a moment, a wonderful moment, when everything just seems to click into place. You recognize a disease, you know the right treatment, you see a patient getting better, you see their face light up. I believe by now you will all have experienced that truly wonderful feeling. That feeling that you can do it. The pain was all worth it. So, as you go forward, do not forget this very, very special place, this place you came from. Go forth wearing the Barts and the London name with pride. This institution may already have a long and famous history, but there is an even longer one waiting to be written. I have no doubt that everyone in this room will go on to achieve remarkable things. You will each add your names to those history books in your own way. And I look forward to hearing your stories when we meet again. I genuinely mean it when I say that it has been a pleasure to spend the past 5 years with you, and an honor to speak today. Thank you.
Thank you to Mr. Sam Rowles, who is a massive support to the Student Association. Finally, I'm very happy and excited to introduce Professor Richard Trembath, Executive Dean of Barts in London, up to speak and have closing remarks. Thank you very much.
One and all, my role is twofold. One, to draw together some concluding remarks, and secondly, to be brief. It's been a wonderful but long day, and there's a bunch of my colleagues on the stage here who are well past their bedtime. In making a number of concluding remarks, may I begin by offering my own personal and most sincere congratulations to all of our graduates today. Your achievements are many and varied. Your collective success forms the bedrock of this evening's celebration and the enduring memory of time not only well spent, but experiences that will prepare you for a future of which the only certainty that I can predict is that change will be your constant companion. I need to extend heartfelt thanks to many, those who have inspired you to achieve and to open your minds to the world of medicine and dentistry, to those formally responsible for your education, but to the many from whom you will have learnt so much, those you have witnessed delivering the very highest quality of care with compassion, commitment, and a true concern for the highest professional standards. Year on year, we hear stories of such individuals who have profoundly impacted upon the future careers of our students and future doctors. May I take a moment to specifically thank Professor Tom MacDonald, who has supported quite literally hundreds of our academics over the last 10 years. In his capacity as Dean for Research, a role that he demits from at the end of this month, Tom has and continues to be a staunch advocate of the student voice. May I also thank Professor Anthony Warrens and his team, Professor Mike Curtis and his team, in all of the work they have done in supporting you and enabling you to achieve all of the success that we have heard of. And of course, may I also extend my own thanks and best wishes to all of your family, friends, supporters who are here today. As with his predecessors, I have learned much from working with and alongside this year's Student Association President, Sam Rowles. who of course has, together with Will and Ollie, been the driving force bringing this now traditional ceremony to this historic location. And I would like to mark his year as president with a small gift, if I can, and that is a memento of his time, the copy of the flag of the Student Association. Sam. Now, if I may just reflect on some of the recent achievements, perhaps I might just take the last 4 years, for example, of how this university has further advanced. Queen Mary joined and is now an firmly established member of the elite tier of universities providing research-informed education and training, the so-called Russell Group. Students and academics within this school have now access to what by any measure can only be described as the finest contemporary hospital facilities in the country, an environment in which we can train doctors and dentists for tomorrow, whilst providing the very best care for our patients today. We have commenced new ways of working, forging partnerships that build upon our own strengths, so as to extend the scale and the scope of the training opportunities, to undertake research of even greater impact, and to accelerate the rate at which we can deliver tangible and meaningful improvements in the well-being of our local population, the diversity of which provides our students with insights as to the global health needs. When measured against the rest, yet by the rest, the research that we are undertaking in medicine and dentistry at Barts and the London here at Queen Mary is considered to be of the highest order, placing our academics alongside institutions traditionally considered to be amongst the best in the world. And of great significance, these achievements have not been accomplished at the expense of the quality of the education we deliver, or indeed the training that we offer to our undergraduates. Students rightly have become more analytical of the experience gained whilst working in this environment. And at this critical phase of their lives, it is instructive to us that in the National Student Survey, we continue to be rated amongst the very best, and indeed providing the greatest satisfaction for education of medical schools in this country. Each of you, and indeed I, now move on to face new challenges. We do so safe in the knowledge that our time at Barts and London and at Queen Mary has prepared us to face these challenges with confidence, enthusiasm, and above all, pride. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor Trembath, for your speech and bringing tonight's ceremony to a close. Ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you be standing for the recession of the academic party as they lead our medical and dental graduates from the cathedral. Thank you.